This video is brought to you via the Fair Dealing Act, research, education, criticism, and news reporting. So you've probably heard the news by now. 16-year-old Mirra Andreeva from Russia, the new teenage phenom on the scene in the tennis world. Amazing. She takes out two veterans in back-to-back victories, making it to the third round of a Grand Slam for the third time. Last year she did it at the French Open, Wimbledon, and this year, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the post-match interview was a bit funny. We'll get to that momentarily, but I want to take a look at Mirra's statistics through two matches, taking out Bernarda Pera in the first round and Jabeur here tonight. Mirra is averaging through both of these matches some pretty darn good numbers. She's getting roughly about 66% of her first serves in play, and Mirra is winning 75% of her first serves and about 60% of her second serves. Very impressive numbers. She is literally averaging 8 break points per match against these veteran players, and she's converting on 50% of them. Mirra Andreeva is showing a lot of great things with her game. She's showing her deep baseline strokes. That's right, she's extending opponents literally anywhere from 3 to 6 meters beyond the baseline. If she's not doing that, she's coming back with her left down the line that opponents can't return at all. I'm very impressed by Mirra Andreeva's strength. For 16 years old, she is very strong. Now, normally when you grow up in a household of siblings that are all athletic, normally the younger siblings, a lot of times they do end up becoming better or just as good as the older siblings because they're learning from everyone in the household. They're like a sponge. They're absorbing all of that knowledge from their older siblings. But normally in terms of talent, they're normally not that far off from each other. So it's mind-boggling how advanced Mirra is compared to her older sister Erica. Do you think it's a bit strange? Do you think it's normal? It's weird to me because I've known many siblings that have come up playing athletics, and normally you're right around the same level. To see Mirra's is so much better than Erica right now, especially being 3 years younger, 2.5 years younger. It's interesting, but nonetheless, Mirra Andreeva is getting it done by her power, her deep baseline strokes, and her youth. She's very athletic, and she's playing a lot older women that, quite frankly, can't really keep up with her. The post-match interview got a bit funny because the announcer, well, I guess Mirra stole the show, if you will. The announcer would say, "Mirra, what's the difference between this year and last year?" Mirra would go on to say, and the crowd would erupt with laughter. Mirra would say, "Well, I learned a lot between last year and this year." And the announcer would say, "Mirra, you're only 16. She said, "Yes, I'm only 16, but I did learn a lot between last year." Yeah, between 1 year. Unbelievable. Funny post-match interview. Let's take a look at next match. So Mirra Andreeva will play the winner of Rakimova and Perry. If she happens to face Diane Perry, I think she'll win that match. I talked about Diane Perry's long robotic serve. So that's something that I just think Mirra's going to attack. Now, remember guys, I broke down the film with Diane Perry's serve. The way Mirra is extending opponents deep beyond the baseline, and just Diane Perry with that split-second delay, I think that'd be a nightmare. I think Rakimova will give Mirra Andreeva a much better matchup because she doesn't have that robotic serve that we're seeing Iga Swiatek employ now, and she didn't look good against Sofia Kenin yesterday. This video is brought to you via the Fair Dealing Act, fair use tennis reporting, news reporting, education, and criticism. I'm your host, Good Energy. Like the video. Stay tuned for more tennis news.